Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm Fabian for Liberty, fabianforliberty.com. Really important video, probably one of the most important videos I've done now in some time. I'm going to be breaking down automation and how a third of the U.S. workforce is likely going to be losing their jobs over the next 10 years. Now, on the surface, I get that that might sound like doom and gloom, but I'm going to give you both sides of the equation, the doom part and also the opportunity part. And, obviously, don't take my word for it. Do your own research and, whatever conclusion you come up with, trust yourself. This weekend, I was just had the incredible pleasure of putting on a live weekend workshop Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for a small group of people. That was really great. All about starting an online business, internet marketing, stuff that I've used in my real estate business, what have you. And, there's this synergy when like-minded individuals come together, entrepreneurs that come together, that a majority of them were in the room because they watched my Fabian for Liberty videos, and they all get what's going on. And like me, many of them 6-7 years ago were freaked out at what was happening with the economy, with the country, but now they're like, you know what? It's still going to happen. I still, though, need to begin to take steps to thrive in my life, and it's just a great, awesome feeling to see people out there, and so many of you that I get to interact with and talk with via email or whatever as well. One of the things we talked about on Friday evening was the idea of automation, and about 2 months ago, I did a podcast about automation with one of my business partners, Richard Matthews, where we broke down. I mean, it's like, I'm reading this great book right now by Tim Ferriss. It's called The 4-Hour Body. And he also wrote The 4-Hour Chef, The 4-Hour Work Week. Great author. And he was talking about how right now, and many of you may already know this, but right now, proven scientific medical data on supplements or nutrition or whatever, different ways of eating that are proven to make you more healthy, proven to have you live longer, all these things. They're, in many cases, 10 to 20 years behind FDA approvals. Okay, so it's typically the elites that find out at the very beginning, right? Like, oh, wow, look at this huge breakthrough. They're all doing it. And then the general public, if they're lucky, they maybe get it 15, 20 years later. Okay, so that's the same thing with healthcare. It's the same thing with so many things, but it's the same thing with information as well. Perfect example is in the collapse of 2008, prior to Hank Paulson has all the hedge fund guys come in, there are a lot of them, and basically says, hey guys, the economy is going to collapse, just want to let you know, make your bets accordingly so you guys can prosper, and basically the cronies can continue to be part of that 1% of 1%. So the elites get the information always first and foremost. And the American people get the information that looks something like this. When they talk about manufacturing or car manufacturing, if you remember the GM bailouts and what have you, they're like, well, we're going to bring those jobs back here. And you know what? Those jobs aren't coming back here. Now, some of them maybe have come back here, but that's only because the foreign manufacturers like Nissan and Toyota are still building some cars here, but they don't have to pay the crazy insanity of, $75 an hour, these union dues, where they get, for the rest of their life benefits, right? It's unsustainable. And so that's the theme with the overall economy. In the next 10 years, robots are going to automate over a third, and this is major studies that have been done, I'll post some sources down below, are going to replace over a third of the workforce, and it's already happening. I mean, look at what's happened with unemployment. Look at what's happened with the average family in America, now dependent on almost $30,000 in federal, grants or stimulus or money or credits, whatever. And so it's already taking place right now. That's why the labor force has been reduced to record lows. That's why you see the unemployment rate go down, because there's 90+ million Americans that are not looking for jobs anymore. So it's a significant number, and it's only going to get worse. And let me tell you right now that if you're somebody who is on that side of the equation, where you have a 9-to-5 and you're in that 20th century model of trading your time for money, not to say that all industries are going to be wiped out, but a lot of them are. Perfect example was the fast food workers strike. where you had people saying, we want $15 an hour, and all the unions are trying to get them all, frenzied up to get the $15 an hour. And keep in mind, they interview the people, and look, I don't blame them. They want to make more money. They want to, but the point is that they don't understand the way a free market economy works, right? I mean, if you make me pay somebody more money, I'm probably going to lay them off, and I'm not going to hire any more people, okay? Or I'm going to outsource somewhere else where I can get it cheaper so I can make the profit that I need in my business to be successful and to basically continue to keep the doors open. That's free market capitalism like we used to have in America. We don't have that, unfortunately, as much anymore. But those fast food workers are all going to be replaced by the French fry making machine, the hamburger making machine. I mean, it's already, just look it up. Just look it up. So it's already happening, right? If I'm McDonald's and I got to pay someone 15 bucks an hour, I'm going to be like, screw that. I'd rather build the machine, pay up front the 50 grand or whatever it is for the hamburger making machine, and just use that. You see, so the labor force is going to continue to shrink. And a lot of Americans, and again, if you're on that 20th century equation of trading your time for money, which is an outdated concept like the US dollar, like the college paradigm, if you're in that, you're going to get hurt bad, okay? You're likely going to lose your job, and, that's just a reality. Now, the opportunity side of that is that I think we still have a period of being able to actually do something about this individually, to help create a sustainable life. And the options vary. I mean, I teach people real estate investing. I teach people about, Amazon storefronts, all that stuff. But there's a bunch of other things that somebody can do to create value in the marketplace, to create value to others, because that's what entrepreneurs do. Not crony capitalists, entrepreneurs creating value in other people's lives. And they're rewarded for that value they create monetarily. Plus, it feels really good too. So that's the equation that I'm on. That's the equation that the people this weekend in that room, that's the equation that they were on. And they're on that side of it. And I would assume probably 90% of this audience is on that side as well. And, the good news is that there's still opportunity. There's still time to transition out of the job paradigm. I would start working on this overnight or overtime because it's one of the most important things you can do right now for yourself and your family. One last quick point I want to say that there will be a link down below for a webinar that I'm going to be doing on Thursday, which is going to be all about Amazon storefronts, everything else. It's a 7-step process. It's totally free. A 7-step process that you can watch the webinar, and when you're done, you can go begin to implement the things exactly how we break it down and start what we're teaching. Totally free. So you can check that out. That link will be down below. I'm Fabian Calvo, Fabian for Liberty. Thanks for watching. Also, if you attended this weekend, I'd love to hear your feedback and your comments down below of what you thought about the event. That'd be really cool, and I'm out.